Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you always keep your health safe, right? Okay, honorable lecture of Foundation of Language and all my friends in happiness. Okay, firstly, let's thank to Allah who has given us some blessing and mercies until we can meet together in this meeting. Okay, I'm here as the moderator, and then I will read the section in this meeting. Okay, the first section, namely opening, and the second section is introduction, and the third section is presentation, and the fourth section is conclusion, and the last one section is closing. Okay, before I start this presentation, let's open this meeting by read Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And move to the second section, namely introduction. Okay, here I will show you my group that to comprise is Inaba Fitriani, and the second is Silviani Indriani, and the last one is me, namely my name is Wira Aditya. Okay, Inaba Fitriani as the first speaker, and Silviani Indriani as the third speaker, and the last me as the second speaker, plus the moderator. Okay, move to the third section, namely presentation. Okay, the first material will be delivered by my partner, namely Inaba Fitriani. It is as the first speaker. The time.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nabila Fitani. I would like to thanks to Selviani as moderator. And then now I will presentation about the definition of language. The definition of language, the first is language is a tool to communication with other people. The second, language is a system of communication based on operating organs of French among members of a given community and using vocal symbols processing arbitrary conventional meaning. By language, we can communication with other people by sounds, by the organs of the speech, and then we can communication with members and etc. And then first function of language. The branch of function of language is the first informative, and the second interpersonal, the third is performative, the fourth emotive, the fifth static communication, and the sixth recreational, and the seventh metallurgical. Did you know how about the informative? Informative can be used to provide information. Informative, what language people can express themselves and communicate with others. For the example, weather was at 90 degrees Celsius. And the second, interpersonal. Interpersonal, it can be used to express one's own opinion and feeling. By language, people establish and maintain their social status in society. For example, the ways in which people addresses others, their teacher, their professor, their journey, and refer to themselves. Example, yours, your audience. And then third, performative. Performative is used to change social status. People able to change social status or control the reality on some special occasions. For the example, I bet you 12 pounds it will rhymes well. And four, emotive. Emotive is used to show emotions that are being felt. And language can be able used to get fine, to read of the nervous energy when we are under stress. For example, if we give you something to people, if we make a surprise, we can say, "What a surprise!" And five, passive communication is used to start the conversation, give someone a say goodbye. Language is used to maintain a comfortable relationships between people without involving intellectual control. For example, hello, good morning, may Allah always bless you. For seven, recreational. And for the six, recreational can be used for personal happiness. People able to use language for the share of joy. For example, babies, bling, and poetry, and etc. For disabled metallurgical. Metallurgical is used to talk about or explain language. People are able to use language to talk about language itself. For example, what's the subject of this sentence? Now we know about the branches of the language, and we can use speak language by the branch of the language, and then we can express we can express our face on our emotions to people from we studied about the branch of the language. Maybe that's my presentation. Thanks a lot. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sylvian Riani. Here I want to present our presentation. Okay, before I explanation, thank you for moderator who have been giving me a time for explain to our presentation. The first one, I want to explain about phonetic. What is phonetic? Phonetic is the general study of all human speech, sound, and how they are product, transmit, and save. And kind of phonetic, there are articulatory phonetic, acoustic phonetic, auditory phonetic. Okay, phonetic, the word phon means sound and tic means scientific or systematic study of something. So we can say that phonetic means scientific or systematic study of human speech sound. Phonetic is general study of all human speech sound and how they are produced, transmit, and receive. And for kind of phonetic, okay, there are kind of phonetic. First one, there are articulatory phonetics. This is way how speech sounds are produced by the human vocal. And for the second, there are acoustic phonetic. This is way transmission and physical properties of speech sound. And the last one, there are auditory phonetic. This is way for the perception of speech sound. There are branch of phonetic. For articulatory phonetic, it is concerned with the position and movement of the lip, tongue, another speech organ in producing speech. It analyzes how the various speech sounds are articulated by vocal organs. And for second branch of phonetic, there are acoustic phonetic. This branch of phonetic is concerned with the properties of sound waves. And for the last one, there are auditory phonetic. Auditory phonetic is the study of hearing and the perception of speech sound. Okay, for the next, here I will to explain about phonology. What is the phonology? Phonology is how speech sound are organized and affect one another in pronunciation. It deals with the system of patterns of sound which exist within a particular language. The study of phonology of English look at the vowel, consonant, and suprasegmental feature of the language. There are stress and intonations. There are the difference between phonetic and phonology. And for phonetics, it deals with the production, transmission, and reception of the human speech sound in general with the particular reference to any one language. And for the phonology deals with the ways those the sound are organized in a particular language. It is subcategories of phonetic. Next, here I will to explain about morphology in linguistic. Morphology in linguistic, that the study of structure of the word and word formations. The study of forms is the branch of language and one the major component of grammar. And studies word structure, especially in the theme of morphemes, adjective morphological. In morphology, there are three morphemes. The syntax. The first one, what is the syntax? Morphem. The syntax is arrangement of words in sentence, clause, and phrase to this word. And the study of there the information noun, verb, and adjective. For example, the relationship there are their girls, boy, jump, there are look, read, typing of sentence. And for the second functional morphem, there are simple sentences and don't have clear meaning but has grammatical functions and these are conjunction, perception, article, auxiliaries, and pronoun. Complex sentence. Referred also as close class because it's ways to use syntax in literature. Another morphem, for example, there are produce rhetorical and aesthetic effect and control face and mood. For example, pronouns, there are she, atmosphere, they, this, those, that. And for example of conjunctions, there are attention. The last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. After. And for example, interjection. The syntax. There are what is the syntax? Out. The syntax is arrangement of word in sentence. What's the difference between inflectional and the study morphem of the information of derivational morphem? And in my opinion, and yours, if the informational morphem does for change the word or class category. The first one usually there are simple in the end, and for the second and the last one there are derivational morphem is able to change complex word class. And last one I will explain the syntax. What is the syntax? The syntax is arrangement of word in sentence, clause, and phrase, and the study of the information of sentence and the relationship of their component part. There are 4 types of sentence. The first one, there are simple sentence, and for the second, there are compound sentence, and then complex sentence, and last one, confound complex sentence. And there are 3 ways to use syntax in literature. The first one, there are produce a rhetorical and aesthetic effect, and control face and mood. And for the last one, create atmosphere. Okay, thank you so much for your attention. The last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, alright. Here I will explain about linguistic. The definition of linguistic is a basic for the scientific study of human language from various aspects, including sounds, words, and grammar rules, or can be defined as the study of language and make the language of object of and make the language an object of study. Jadi linguistik itu merupakan studi ilmiah bahasa manusia, mulai dari aspek suara, kata, dan aturan tata bahasanya. Dan linguistik juga dapat didefinisikan sebagai studi bahasa dan membuat bahasa menjadi objek studi. Nah, kemudian the next I will show you about purpose of linguistic. Here there are 2 purposes of linguistic. The first, study the nature of language and tries to establish a theory of language and describe language in the light of the theory established. Jadi salah satunya yang pertama bahwa linguistik mempelajari sifat bahasa, ya, dan mencoba untuk membangun teori bahasa dan menggambarkan bahasa dalam terang teori yang ditetapkan. Itu tujuan yang pertama dari linguistik. And the other is examines, although from a language in general, and 6, a scientific understanding of the ways in which it is organized to fulfill the needs in serve and the function it performs in human life. Jadi tujuan yang kedua itu yaitu meneliti semua bentuk bahasa secara umum dan mencari pemahaman ilmiah tentang cara-cara di mana diatur dan memenuhi kebutuhan. And next, in the linguistic also has brands. Yeah, right. There are many brands in linguistic. The first, there is phonology, there is phonetic, there is morphology, there is syntax, there is semantics, and the last, there is pragmatic. The next, the core branch of linguistics. From linguistic turun ke language. Ya. Dalam language dibagi menjadi 4. Ya, the first is sounds.
Okay, well,
And then the next is words,
and
sentence,
the last section
and the last the
normally
meaning.
is
In the sounds,
conclusion. Here I
berisikan
will be
mengenai
conclusion
fonetik
in this
atau
presentation
phonology.
from
Menjelaskan
first
mengenai
until the
fonetik
end.
dan phonology. Kemudian dalam
Study of language,
dalam words ya
kita
menjelaskan
belajar
mengenai morphology
bahasa,
dan
dan di
masuk
sini
kepada sentence
menjelaskan
ya,
mengenai
dalam
definition
sentence
of language,
menjelaskan mengenai syntax
dan
dan
kemudian
the last
juga
dalam meaning
function
ya,
of
in the
language,
meaning explains
dan
about
menjelaskan mengenai fungsi-fungsi
semantics
dari
atau
language
pragmatic.
tersebut.
I think that's all
Dan
from my
di sini juga
part.
kita mengetahui
Think
definisi
enough.
dari
Thank
linguistik.
you for your attention.
Kemudian kita juga dapat mengetahui the purpose of
Well,
linguistics.
thank you to Wira
Ada
Aditya
dua
that
yang tadi
has
sudah disampaikan.
delivered the conclusion.
Kemudian juga
I think
kita dapat
I want to
mengetahui
move to the
mengenai
last
yang
section,
namanya the branch
namely
of
closing.
linguistics.
Right? Let's closing this presentation
Dan di sini juga
by
kita dapat
read hamdalah
mengetahui
together.
ya,
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
of linguistic
I think
like
that's all from our group.
phonetics,
And then
phonology,
that's all from me as
the
the
difference
moderator.
between phonetic
I'm
and
sorry,
phonology,
I'm
and
many
apa
mistakes.
itu
And
morphology,
then that's all
dan kita
from
juga dapat
our.
mengetahui
Thank you for your attention.
what is syntax
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi
definition
wabarakatuh.
and
See you next time.
the way